Hello, Mr. Wyman. Thank you for joining our program today. Well, can you tell us why the HKI CPA invites you to talk about liability reform in Hong Kong?
Well, I've spent a lot of my time over the last few years looking at liability reform in many parts of the world. And so when the president of the institute here decided that now was the time for a big push for liability reform here in Hong Kong, he asked me to come and share with him and his colleagues my experience of liability reform in other parts of the world. So here I am.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you tell our audience why liability reform in the accounting industry is important in Hong Kong and how is the other countries are doing?
It's important in Hong Kong because you have a very large, very international capital market. And capital markets require financial information which is reliable, and one of the things that makes sure that financial information is reliable is the auditor. So the auditor is very important to the capital markets. At the moment the auditors have unlimited liability. The liability is not covered by any insurance. There is no insurance available for auditors. The liability they have is many, many times their ability to ever pay. So it's not a real way for investors to have any protection. So it's a false promise, if you like. You end up with a situation where auditors may be forced out of business. That's not going to be good for the capital market here in Hong Kong. Auditors will be reluctant to take on new roles, which will become important as we look at climate change reporting, as we look at more non-financial information and so on. So it's in the interests of Hong Kong and its very important capital market to have good firms of auditors doing good audits here. Liability reform is a necessary ingredient for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to ask another market reform. The Hong Kong Exchanges and Clearings propose Hong Kong to adopt the British style of quarterly reporting. Do you think that is the right way forward?
Yes, I do. The alternative is to have a sort of American style of quarterly reporting, which is financial reporting. A lot of experience in America shows that this is unhelpful in two ways. One, it's very expensive and provides little benefit. Probably worse than that is it starts to drive a very short-term behaviour. So you see every quarter company directors having to meet or even beat their quarterly forecasts, all very short-termism, not good. So I wouldn't recommend it in the UK. I didn't recommend it in the UK, and I wouldn't recommend it here either. What we've done in the UK is say markets need information. The information they need varies from company to company. If you're a retail business, you'll want, for example, to know the sales in the shops, and you need that on a regular basis. You don't need to have all the underlying financial information. Other industries will have different KPIs, relevant information that they need regularly. So that's what we've done in the UK, supplemented of course by full financial reporting once a year and interim reporting at the half-year stage.
Mm-hmm. Well, finally, I want to know why people call you David Beckham of the UK accountancy industry.
Well, I've been pondering this as well. I don't think it's because of my footballing prowess, and it's certainly not because of my looks. So, and I don't have any tattoos. So the only thing I can think is that it's to do with the fact that, like David Beckham, I'm coming towards the end of my career.
Are you happy with this title?
I'm probably happier with being called the David Beckham of accountancy than David Beckham would be if he were called the Peter Wyman of football. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
Thank you very much for joining our program today.
Thank you.